くぞ。
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and since BS Guinness and BS Leon are going to be coming in a few days, I thought it'd be a good idea to see how Kula and Kay stack up against the tier list as far as where they actually rank. And as you can see, I do have Kay placed below Mai. Now, I'm not really sure if I want to keep him there because the thing about Kay is I believe he has a lot better survivability than Mai. But I do think that her damage is probably going to be better. Now, I've already tested Honoka and Mai, and Honoka was stronger than Mai in Spider Robot. Plus, Honoka has double dot. Honoka has 4 seconds of immunity on top of the invent and on top of the hyper armor. She also has the core passive. She just has a lot better survivability tools and a little bit more damage. So I do think she belongs above Maizy. But Kay, I'm not really sure. I mean, Kay is a solid character, and something that I think will get overlooked about Kay and Kula is their survivability tools, right? I mean, he's got some really good damage, really respectful damage, but something that does get overlooked about him is the fact that his shield has no HP pool on it. This thing activates whenever you're using a skill, right? And it's on a 15-second cooldown, and of course, you know, the shield lasts for 7 seconds. Well, that means that, you know, and since there's no HP pool on this, you can use this throughout the entire duration of his HP pool, which means that whether he's at 90%, whether he's at 50%, whether he's at 30%, 20%, 10%, it doesn't matter. As long as he's off this cooldown, he can actually use this shield, which is an insane survivability tool. But the thing about Kay, you know, versus the other characters, I do think Maizy is going to be stronger because she's an attack type fighter. She has attack bonus. She has double attacks on multiple skills. But I mean, it is something that I could test out. And something that I am willing to test out as far as, you know, which one's actually stronger. I mean, Kay's got the dot explosion, which is very, very useful. It does have a lot of utility because it's actually really good against Immortal Nyx, who has no type advantage or advantage. It could be useful against Immortal Most to stun the target. And he has an insanely long 3PG. He's got the 30% PG rate. I mean, Kay really is a great character. It's just, you know, we're comparing these characters to some very, very strong characters already. But I do think, I mean, maybe Mai's got decreased damage received also on her 3rd skill. She can also reset her 1st and 2nd skill, which means that she can reset her hyper armor. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to test these two characters to really see which one's stronger. And I can do a valid test because both of them are at 3 stars. So that might be the next thing that I do is actually test these characters, and I might end up switching them around like I did with Mai and Honoka. And then over on the right side, you can see where I have Kula. Now, I do think that Kula is better than Rugal, and I do think she's better than Merlin. I think she has a lot better survivability tools, especially since she has the same shield effect as Kay. This thing, you know, it's only going to have that 15-second cooldown throughout the fight. It doesn't have an HP pool whatsoever as far as regarding when you can actually use the shield. And plus, Kula is actually extremely strong. I've actually seen her do very well in Guild Raid, even though she doesn't have the right dots. But I mean, she is a very, very powerful character. If I can ever click on this thing, if it ever works. There we go. I mean, she does have the 30% PG rate. I mean, she's got all the chill damage increased. She's got this increased chill damage by 120%. I mean, she's got a lot of power. Kula is actually very, very strong. She has that nice long free PG. And then, of course, she's got the dot explosion as well, which does make her have a lot more utility, similar to Kay, right? The thing about this character, she can be really useful against Immortal Most. She can be really useful against Immortal Typhon because she has the chill and freeze. She is also going to be really good against the Immortal Nyx because she can apply the dot explosion. I mean, the girl just has an insane amount of utility, and that's a big reason why she is where she is. I do think she's better than Rugal. And Rugal, you know, Rugal and Merlin, I mean, Merlin's definitely got better survivability. Rugal has more damage. It really depends on your perception on how you feel about which one of these characters is actually better than the other. Personally, I do think Rugal is just so strong. It really puts him over the top. But Merlin, to be fair, has a lot more utility because she has multiple dotting. But I do think that Kula belongs above Rugal and Merlin. As far as Cosme, I mean, Cosme's got more relevance when it comes to Guild Raid, which is a game mode that we value very high because you can get double attack stones from there. The rewards in Guild Raid are just so good. Not to mention that even if you're getting all those extra regular imprint stones, you can actually salvage them. Now you can do the same thing with the Immortal Dungeons and the Spider Robot, but you can only get attack stones from Guild Raid, right? Well, you could make the argument that you could get double attack stones from doing Chapter Fight whenever you get enough of those orbs or ores, whatever you want to call them, to craft the attack stones, but the chances of getting the attack stone that you want are pretty slim. I actually think you have a better chance of getting attack stones in Guild Raid. But I will be testing Mai and Kay here to see who's actually stronger. Maybe we'll do a little test like we did with Spider Robot to see who's actually got more damage. But I do think that Kay definitely has more survivability because of the shield effect. I just think he does, man. You know, remember that 15-second cooldown starts the moment he hits that shield. That 15-second cooldown starts, and the shield lasts for 7 seconds. So you got 8 seconds in between each shield of whenever you're not going to have that shield available. And he still has the hyper armor. So, and the same for Kula, right? I mean, their survivability is actually extremely good because of that. I will be testing these characters to see which one's actually stronger, and maybe we'll change the rankings. Let me know in the comments how you're all feeling about this. Do you think that Kay belongs above Mai, or even belongs above Honoka? Again, you know, Honoka with the double dot, all the survivability tools that she has with the immunity, the core passive, and the DOA 6 collaboration. It's pretty tough. Plus her damage is pretty nuts. I'm pretty confident that she's going to be stronger than Kay because she's stronger than Mai when it comes to just damage. And let me know if you think that Kula is in the right spot. Do you think that Kula is better than Rugal and Merlin? And do you think that Cosme is actually better than Kula overall? And you might notice that I don't have the new BS characters on here, and that's because I really haven't tested them that much. Still working on trying to get a memory for Zero from the Epic Quest. I mean, it's proving to be extremely difficult, even though my buffs are around 36 right now. But I will add those characters in the future for sure. And again, tier lists are subjective. It's really just a matter of opinion on where you think characters actually belong, depending on the relevance of the character for you, you know, where you actually use them, maybe how strong you actually have them. I mean, there's a lot of little variables as far as, you know, where a character actually belongs. This is just my personal opinion of where they belong, but it is subject to change. I am happy to change anything on the tier list because, again, I'm going to be testing Mai and Kay to see who's actually got more damage, and that might skew. I mean, if Kay has more damage than Mai, then I'm going to definitely put him above her. And then, unfortunately, Mai's actually going to be falling down a little bit. But again, let me know how y'all feeling about the tier list. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.